lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a give right side. James. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Black 15.
These two teams all tied after one. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. Working out of the gun, Rivers, and caught by Henry. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Son, 190.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Let's go.
Son.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick.
Well, Brandon, this is a former first-round pick, and he's been a bit of a disappointment in his career up till now, but he's still got room to grow. And this is an excellent play right here to come away with the football.
Oh, here. Yes.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Sua Cravens coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 2nd and long. Dalton looking for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Dalton here from the gun. Green brings it in. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. 1st and 10 for Dalton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Hands up. Lady.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the
Hands up.
Here's Dalton. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them. That feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. Four there. Alert.
On first and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, 29 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Bullock good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Fielded about a yard deep. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a first and 10. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Rivers now. Allen's got it complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
180! 180!
Here we go, D.
Hey, I'm going to go load it.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On third down, Rivers. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Hooked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Allen, the intended receiver. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Check 43. Under 10, under 10, 10.
Regular.
From midfield here, Dalton. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Dalton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
I smell fear in that offense.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. Looking deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
36-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And hit it hard, haven't we?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They need stops to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Airing one out for Boyd. He's got a man, complete. And that one results in 35 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Play action now, Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Passing, it's Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
It's just me and you. 57's the mic. Watch 52 at you.
Move.
No. Off. Check. Check.
So they are going for it. Now Dalton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Second and 12 at the 42-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Load it. Load it.
Now a give right side. It's James. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Throwing Rivers. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now Rivers. He's airing it out for Williams. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll bring up a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Right here.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
368.
Dalton, 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
93, 52, 93, 44. 44.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And Dalton to throw. Open man is lost, complete. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
49.
Heavy.
Strip the ball.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the A big play there for Cincinnati. 41 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Dalton operating in the red zone now. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
On second and goal, Dalton. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Keep it up, guys.
Dalton on third and goal. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And instead of having a 1-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. The Charger drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And he's got his guys set up great now. First and goal, and the Pigs get at the 7-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal. All right, let's see what Dalton can do after the fumble recovery. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Dalton now to pass toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on third and goal here.
57's right. Yeah. You don't want none.
Hey, high 7.
To throw here, Dalton to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going, and they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
They're 180! Round 80!
Mike 54, and it's getting in holes. Mike.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rivers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack. To throw, Rivers. Complete, Hunter Henry with a grab. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's Ty Long now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Ross on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Joey Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And that's caught inside the 35. 36 yards on the play. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still...
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Let's 57, 57's right. Regular.
Not running. Dalton wants to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey.
Come on, QB, come on. Mike's 50.
Left.
To throw again. Rivers. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one goes for 30 yards. Oh, passing it. Dalton. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To try again after the sack. Dalton. And he's going to go down again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
He's got his man here. It's Green. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Andy Dalton. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Their season ends here. A tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now, how negative do you look at that? They got there, had an opportunity, and for some teams, they have to lose games like this before they learn how to win them in later seasons.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation
I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. First off the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes. They know it's real. Yeah, been this way before the deal. Say this before your photo real. Blessing after testing. I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me. I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, how about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, start the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? Rep for your bro. Where your post, the pop in your projects. Pain driven, itching, drumming. Hey, look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets, you can do it. Ain't built for the weekend. Sweet, this sugar. One man on me, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damn as good. Damn it out the clay. You wish you could. I do right here. Your best bet be ahead. It's to get rich or dead trying. This ain't never new, I just be 10 steps instead.